Summer is not summer without barbecue. And these juicy pork ribs are smothered in a sweet and sticky barbecue sauce with a Chinese flair, making them extra finger-licking good. Hey everyone, I'm Flo, Dude is behind the camera, and we're all about simple food, simple faith. We love barbecue, but we don't have a grill, which is still fine because we just broil all of our ribs and things like that under the broiler, and we still get that smoky, kind of charred, caramelized sauce on top, and that's what we're gonna do today. I am all about using the best tool for the job, and so I find using a pressure cooker is the best way to tenderize my pork ribs, and it can be done super fast. I like putting a rub on my ribs first because it does infuse it with so much more flavor. So I'm starting with 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 2 teaspoons of paprika. You can use spicy or sweet, totally up to you. Of course, the flavor will be different depending on what you use. And 1 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, or grind as much as you want until your hands get tired. Oh, that pepper smells so good. Okay, give it a good stir. That's it, that's your rub. I have almost 4 pounds worth of pork back ribs. I've already taken off that silver skin on the back, and that just allows for the flavors to be absorbed into the meat better. And I know that this rack is gonna fit in my 6-quart Instant Pot. So I'm just gonna put some of the rub on the back. Rub it in. Oh my goodness, the cats are going nuts. So and we're going to do the other side as well. So the pressure cooker is going to infuse the flavor by just pressing the flavor into the meat. But if you're not using a pressure cooker, I know you guys would be preparing your meat in a different way before you put it on the grill. So however you want to make it, that is totally up to you. You can cook it slowly in the oven, or you can boil it. If you're gonna boil it, actually, I wouldn't put the rub on. I mean, if you don't want to do this part, I think you would still get a really yummy rib just using the sauce. All right, I'm just gonna coil this up and put this, I already have a cup of water at the bottom. I'm gonna actually get the rest of this rub that's left on my chopping board, just kind of on parts that I might have missed. Putting the lid on, locking it into place, making sure the sealing knob is on a sealing. We're going to cook it for 15 minutes on high pressure. We cook it for 15 minutes because we like to have a little bit of a tug when we take a bite into our ribs. If you want it to be more tender, I would suggest 18 minutes, and if you want it fall off the bones, then 20 minutes on high pressure. While the ribs are cooking, we are going to make our sauce. I am using half of an onion that I'm going to slice up and chop up. 2 cloves of garlic, but you can use as little or as much as you want. You can use a garlic press to press it if you'd like. All right, this is good. I'm using a small bunch of cilantro for garnish. If you don't like cilantro, you don't have to use this. You can use green onions if you like. I just want to add a little bit of freshness when we eat our ribs. In a small pot, we're going to heat it up on medium heat, adding a tablespoon of oil, adding my onions. I'm going to saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onions are softened and translucent. Okay, now I'm adding my garlic. You just want to cook this for about 30 seconds, just until you start to smell the fragrance of the garlic. Now adding half a cup of hoisin sauce. Quarter cup of ketchup. Let's give this a stir. And turn down my heat. Quarter cup of honey. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. And 3 tablespoons of rice wine. We're going to let that simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, just until it's reduced and thickens a little bit. So I'm using the rice vinegar just to add a little bit of tang because it's got, well, it's vinegar, versus the rice wine is for flavor. So I am using just regular rice wine. You can use the Shaoxing wine that I use a lot of in my recipes. I just find that this rice wine is not as strong tasting, has a different flavor than the Shaoxing wine, which is brown in color, and it's just has a different aroma to it. And this white one is just more neutral. All right, they don't look like much now, but after we get that sauce on, it's gonna look amazing. So the sauce has reduced a bit, it's thickened. I'm gonna turn off the heat now. So you can always taste it to adjust the flavors. If you want it to be more vinegary, add more of the rice vinegar, more ketchup, more hoisin, it's totally up to you. Or even more honey to make it more sweet. You adjust it to however you like.
Or chili for heat.
Oh, you would like that, huh? That's not happening here. We find that whenever we cut up meat, people eat less. And that's good, because we really shouldn't be eating as much as we do if we were served 4 ribs altogether, or half a rack. You would totally eat half a rack if you were given half a rack, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut these ribs down where in between the bones, if I can find the bones. Oh, just so you know, because I don't think I mentioned, I did quick release the pressure from the pressure cooker, but you could let it natural release, it's totally up to you. I have never really found a difference between the two. So I would just quick release, because you know I can't be bothered with waiting. I'm gonna put these off to the side, well, as best as I can. Look at how juicy they are. All that juice is from the ribs from cutting it up. And we're gonna put the sauce kind of on one side so that it will get caramelized, and then we're gonna flip them over and put more sauce on it. That way you get more sauce that's caramelized on each piece. Just gonna move it over. All right. But you could throw these on a grill and baste as you go as well. Okay, we're gonna stick them under the broiler for about 5 to 7 minutes.
Wow, and that's only
Looking
one
good.
side.
Yep, flipping them over now. If you want, you can always double the amount of sauce as well, so you have more to pour over afterwards. Did you guys notice I was good today and used aluminum foil instead of parchment paper under the broiler?
Uh-oh, Flo, I think you're running short.
Told ya. Being too liberal. Ta-da!
Perfect.
And a smidge to spare. All right, going back under the broiler for another 5 to 7 minutes. All right, just as good as being on a grill.
Wow.
Okay, maybe not, but,
No, but
it
still
will do.
Looking good.
I'm just going to transfer it onto plate. Right, don't forget the garnish. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. It's going to taste amazing. I'm just assuming.
That's a good assumption.
Are you all ready for?
Yep. The taste. It's true what Flo says. When it's summer, you gotta have barbecue. And you're not confined to one taste profile. Mix it up, try different things. So this Chinese-inspired rib is gonna be good. Oh boy, oh my goodness. It's partially coming apart here, so I'm gonna go for that first. Oh, the hoisin. Shining through. Oh, it's got nice heat in there. Black pepper maybe? Wow, Chinese vibes, but just whole combination of awesome flavor going on here. Perfectly cooked ribs, just a little bit of tug. Juicy, you get some sweet, you get smoky, garlic hits, and then the freshness of the cilantro. Flavor packed.
Great, thanks dude. So I think the heat that dude is tasting probably came from the paprika. I'm not really good about labeling my paprika. I just use whatever's on sale. So it could have been a smoky, spicy one. I didn't really try it before I added it to this dish. I just wanted that paprika color more than anything else. It just adds a little bit of heat and a little bit of smoky. For another rib recipe for this summer, check it out. I will see you over there.